Hello to all my friends on YouTube. I want to share a story today about Salvation Mountain in Nyland, California. I went there a few years back. I did camp and spent 2 nights there, but I really didn't drive around to see anything. I didn't understand the place, and I was nervous because I didn't know anything. But anyhow, so this year I decided I'm going to go again. I had always knew I would return. So I got together with a bunch of my friends and we did a caravan over to Salvation Mountain and Slab City. So I'll share a little about this place and then I'll show some pictures. So I would like to share the story of Leonard Knight, who built the Salvation Mountain. And I would like to tell you how it all came about. I hope you'll bear with me. My stroke happened a few years back, but I still stutter, and sometimes I stuttered more than others. Today I'm stuttering a lot, but I hope you'll understand. So here's the story. So before Leonard Knight decided to build his mountain of love, known as Salvation Mountain, he had a vision of making a hot air balloon to spread God's message of love and salvation through Jesus Christ throughout the world. He worked on this balloon for many years, but he had very little money and no way of getting the things he needed to do. Over time, after many, many years of working on it, he thought it was getting pretty close, but what happened is it took too long. His balloon rotted, disintegrated due to the harsh elements of the desert. He was not a religious man growing up, but his sister took him to church one day while he was visiting her in California, and the message of God's love reached his heart. He accepted Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior later as he pondered over this message. Leonard was a simple man, and he found most religions to be too complicated. He simply believed that God is love, and if you accepted Jesus Christ as your Savior, you would be forgiven. In the early 1980s, he left his home in Vermont and moved to Nyland, California. He had a car, an old tractor, and his unfinished balloon. He lived in his truck. He felt his life's purpose was to share God's message, so he started building a mountain to get his message out when he realized the balloon didn't work out. He proceeded to make it with a technique of adobe made from clay and straw. Scrap he picked up at a local junkyard, whatever he can find in the environment around him wood, sticks, tires, glass, bottles, and tons of paint, and whatever was donated to him. Over the years, many, many people donated paint and whatever they could to help him get this mountain built. At Salvation Mountain, you will find a terraced structure, his impression of the Sea of Galilee, Lord's Prayer, a prayer of repentance, many scriptures, including John 3:16, for God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him would not perish, but have everlasting life. Why, he had waterfalls, the yellow brick road, a huge red heart with God is love, and a cross at the top. The mountain just also had a little, like a hobbit house inside the mountain for him, and he had a museum in it. Those are still there, but they are blocked off right now. The structure is about 50 feet tall and about 150 feet wide. Leonard worked every day hard to create the mountain for nearly 30 years. Up until a few years ago, you could walk inside the mountain through many of the little man-made caves and alcoves to see trees, paintings, flower art, and anything a creative person could imagine. He was not your typical artist. However, Salvation Mountain is definitely a work of art. There have been many articles written about Leonard's Mountain, too many to mention here, including National Geographic and Ripley's. Salvation Mountain is known all over the world. Leonard passed away in February of 2011 at the age of 80, but his legacy lives on. It is now handled by Salvation Mountain Incorporated and has a board of directors to facilitate care and continued upkeep. So there is a plaque at Salvation Mountain. I would like to read what it says to you. Here's what it says: Salvation Mountain. This is the culmination of a personal religious intensity few mortals will ever experience. Started as a temporary monument to God's love in 1984, it grew into the worldwide phenomenon you see before you. Born on November 1st, 1931, in Shelburne Falls, Vermont, Leonard found religion midlife. He found frustration as well. All religions were too complicated for Leonard. He saw it all very simply. Repent to Jesus Christ and be forgiven of your sins. His struggle for a simple faith took him across the United States to end up here in Nyland, and he never left. For just under 30 years, without the benefits of electricity or running water, Leonard passionately labored daily to create a message for the world to hopefully see God is love. Embarrassed to call himself an artist, Leonard perfected his artistic technique, using only what was at hand, what he could scrounge at the local dump, and what was donated by the faithful or the curious. Leonard left the mountain November of 2011 and died at the age of 82, went to meet his maker on February 10th, 2014. Leonard's sole goal in doing the mountain was to encourage people to have hope and believe in God and His Son Jesus Christ. He did a video tour personally. Anyhow, you can see his personal tour at www.salvationmountaininc.org. I will put the link in the description below this video.